Thank you for the bits, DJ. Man, this guy, am I right, y'all? Well, that's not very nice. Alright. Welcome to episode 2 of Doki Doki Discussion. I am Zero. That is Monica.
No, I'm Yuri.
Oh, what the hell? Damn. We didn't have the budget to afford Monica.
No.
Yeah, that sucks, bro. I swear the budget would have been a little better here. But yeah, welcome. So after last time, it seemed like a lot of people actually did say they kind of liked this series, so they you know, that's good. I appreciated the comments on it. You know, a lot of people said they were liking it. Someone was like, it's like a DDLC podcast, and I'm like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
One thing I definitely do want to do though is I'm probably, when I do read chat, I'm probably gonna actually say the person's name as to who said the message, so that people know who I'm referring to, or like who like I'm reading a message, you know, so that it actually sounds. That is one thing I think I picked up on. I was like, it's probably kind of confusing if I just start like saying something then answering myself. I do that in my videos normally, and I don't really think it matters, but I feel like with something like this, when people are actually giving discussions and giving their answers and stuff, it should probably be like, so and so says, you know, just so people can actually have some context as to what the fuck's going on, and I'm not just talking to myself.
Yeah.
That would be weird. You know. But anyway, today, I would like to, I have a specific, obviously the topics will just, you know, come from whatever chat wants to talk about and such, but one of the topics that I really do want to talk about is pretty relevant, is DDLC merch.
No, at Gundam Tarnaka they hate Danganronpa Kappa.
Oh, yeah.
No. They hate Danganronpa, no. Yeah, I want to talk about DDLC merch, mainly because it is kind of relevant right now with the YouTooz that we're showing off, the new YouTooz, and with, you know, the Nendroids coming. I think the Nendroids are shipping soon also. I think they're shipping next month. Actually not next month, May. In 2 months. But as of time of this, stream, they're shipping 2 months from now. And I do want to talk about, I kind of wanted to talk about DDLC merch, because I kind of realized like there's like a kind of interesting little thing with DDLC merch. I will talk about the YouTooz. I personally, I don't know if this will ruin any potential future sponsorships with YouTooz. I don't know if you can talk about YouTooz's quality or anything, if you're allowed to. But I personally am not the biggest fan of some of YouTooz. I guess that's what they're called. YouTooz definitely has like a very like weird type of quality control. Like some YouTooz that come out look pretty good, you know, and some of them I'm just like, oh, what was that? I don't know. Like it's like, but I guess it's like, you know, not all merch can be created equal, I guess, or something, whatever. But with DDLC specifically, I wasn't a big fan of the first line that we got. I bought the Monica one, mainly because, you know, I liked the idea of it. I also like the idea that they got, like, a bunch of designs that were drawn by fans and stuff. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. But
yeah, that's cool.
But it was like, you know, I got the Monica one, but I'm not a fan of the YouTooz style. Like, I'm not a fan of, like, the whole YouTooz eyes and the giant chin. Like, I don't really like that. For some things, it fits. I think for YouTubers, which is what YouTooz was meant to be for, like YouTubers getting figures, it worked. But like when you start doing it for like anime girls and anime characters, it looks really weird. Like it's extremely off-putting when you start putting it for like anime-esque characters or characters that are in specific styles. Like it's very odd. But so you know, I got the first line DDLC ones, The second one, I forgot they existed until recently. They released a second line. That was like the one where there was like a picnic one or something. That one was, you know, that one was fine, I guess. I don't know. Same opinion of the first one, really, because it was just the same exact style. And now they have released Doki plushies. They released plushies of the girls. And I actually do like the designs of these. I actually think these look really good. Even if they do have the little YouTooz eyes, I do think they're really cute, at least. You know, like the plushies of the girls are really cute. I love it. I love all the little animal. I love that the animals are dressed up as makes sense. You know, Sayori's a cow, Natsuki's a cat, Monika's a fox. You got Yuri as a raccoon. You know, it's cute. I get it. The only problem is, of course, this is YouTooz. And so it just feels like they had to ruin something. I give them props and then they do something. They put them in a blind box. Which, of course, for some people who may not know what a blind box is, a blind box is that when you buy the YouTooz, you don't actually know what you're buying. You are buying, basically, what you buy, you have a chance to get any 4 of the girls. So if you're somebody who really likes Yuri, well, guess what? You're gonna have to hope to God you pull Yuri out of the 1 in 4th chance.
Yeah.
The 25% chance of you getting Yuri. But then it's like, well, it's okay, because you can just buy all of them for $90.
Yay.
And it's just,
Can't pick who you want. It's either all of them or you gamble.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Wait, Lena says, this happens in general. Yeah, it could be because people get so used to a certain art style that any switch or change will make them look off or weird. Yeah, I can see, it's like, I can kind of understand that to a degree. I just think YouTooz, but it's like, because like, I guess a way to put an example of this is, because I don't think it's the fact of seeing the Dokis in different styles is weird, because Omocat, when they teamed up with Omocat to make DDLC merch, Omocat drew the girls for the keychains. Omocat drew the, actually not even just the keychains, there was the shirts too. Omocat basically drew the Dokis in the Amori art style. And I was fine with that. I thought they looked cute, you know, like they fit really well. I still have the keychains that I got, the DDLC keychains from Omocat, and like they have it's like all the girls' little heads, and there's like in their brain has like stuff that you know,
rattles around.
Yeah, that correlates to them. And it's like, it's basically like in the style of Amori, and I think it looks really cute and really fits them. I think it's just the YouTube style doesn't do that. It's like, it's just, yeah, it's like, I just think YouTube's style doesn't really work. They work for some things. I just think it doesn't work for DDLC. I can't really blame YouTooz for that because, you know, I don't expect them to change their style for one specific thing. But I mean, you know, it's, I don't know. Maybe they just could have not fixed their style. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. This is my opinion. I don't really like it. But, yeah. I really just don't like the blind box, though. The one time I really do love the plushies, they put them in a blind box. And if you want the full set, it's $90. And to put that in perspective, $90 can get you, I think, 2 Doki Nendroids. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think. At least not Monika, because I think Monika's 60. So I think Monika's more expensive than Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri, which, I mean, they know who the best is, you know? she gets top billing. But, no, yeah, so you can get Sayori and Natsuki, the Nendroids, for the same price it takes to get 4 plushies. Mind you, Nendroids are also customizable and all these other things. So it is just kind of like, it is a very crazy price for a set of 4. But yeah, I don't know. I know on Twitter I gave a suggestion of what they could have done. But again, I preface this, I'm not a business person. For all I know, maybe there's reasons they couldn't do this. But in my opinion, I was like, I wish what they should have did was allow you to buy a single girl for maybe like, you know, the standard price of $29.99, what the blind box is right now, but make the blind box $20 so that the blind box comes off as a, like, you know, like a deal, basically. Like, you're paying a little less, but now you're kind of gambling. Like, yeah, like you're paying less for it, but I mean, it's like, hey, you might be able to get what you want, you know, and it's a little bit of there's an offer at least in there. Like with this, it's just like you're paying $30 for something you might not even get what you might not even get what you want. Which is even worse when it's the same price as the previous DDLC YouTooz, which are $30, but you can at least choose which one you're getting. So yeah, it's just, Dragon King says, so it's a step forward with the plushies looking good, but 2 steps back being blind in the price. Yeah, basically. Like, the price of $30 is fine if it wasn't a blind box. Like, that's really my main thing. Cartoon fan 12345 says, "Oh yeah, I'm so upset. I almost completely missed the Omo Cat merch. Only managed to snag the Monica keychain." Yeah, like I think I only got the keychains. Like, the shirts look cute. It's just I don't think I could rock those. So that was mainly my thing with the shirts, but they were cute shirts though. They definitely were cute shirts, and but yeah, I love the Omo Cat merch. They're really good. Thank you for the gift sub, Mississippi King. I appreciate it. Lena says, for sure, the YouTooz art style is very limiting. A long face, big chin with squiggly eyes won't look good on everything and everybody. Just make your own merch. I know my friend, Yushine. I know some of you might know of her. She is actually working on her own plushies. She's like delivering her own plushies, and I think she will have some DDLC plushies in that, so I'm kind of looking forward to that personally. So, and for anybody who wants some DDLC, looking for some DDLC plushies, I think she might be putting them in there. I don't know if it's, I don't have much details on that, but I do know DDLC is going to be related in some way. Good day, Lena says, good day for DDLC fans. Yeah, no, the fact that DDLC fans are able to make their own merch, I think is really cool. Like, the IP guidelines does allow people to make their own merch as long as they don't use like Redbubble or Teespring or any of those like places, which is understandable. Like, as long as you just like do it within yourself and everything, like, yeah, I do think it's cool that people can give out their own DDLC merch. Like, that's actually really sick. I like that. It's sick. It's like, because literally, as Lena stated earlier, it's like you could literally just, you don't like the merch, then make it yourself if you're talented enough. Make yourself, sell your own thing. Spider Killer says, bro, when's your plush coming out? If I get big enough and some company reaches out to me, then I'd be more than happy to give out a Zero plush. It's one of my dreams, honestly, is to have my own plush. I can like throw them around. Dragon King says, also, when the plushies, they don't seem to be having the issue with the previous YouTooz DDLC merch, where all the girls seem to have the same model. It's like, it's weird seeing Natsuki and Sayuri with similar proportions to Yuri and Monica. Yeah, that is the other thing. It's like, YouTooz, you can clearly tell they're like not as detailed. And it's like, now the whole proportions thing is definitely a problem. I know I've been giving Good Smile a lot of, credit and everything, but that is definitely an issue I think Good Smile also suffers from, because I'm pretty sure the Nendroids are all, like, the exact same. Pretty sure all the Nendroids basically are the exact same, like, models and builds for all of the girls and everything because of the style. Like, I can definitely tell there's not much you can really do with that, but that's what I was like, so I don't want to harp too much on them, making them all look similar. But I think it mainly is just, like I said, just the whole big chin thing. And the eyes. I don't like the eyes. The eyes are scary. They spook me. Fixter says, their DDLC gacha plushes cost the same as their Call of Duty pin set and Dave the Diver plush. Beautiful. They got Dave the Diver. All right, there is some people were mentioning the raccoon plush. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's interesting that he exists. It's such a weird thing, though, right? Like, that's the thing that kind of pisses me off. Is that the thing you can buy separately is a fan-made raccoon. I say fan-made because this raccoon isn't a character in DDLC. There's no sort of, like, thing with this raccoon. He's not an actual character. They made the raccoon, the metaphorical raccoon, mind you. A raccoon didn't actually exist. Like, let me specify. This is a metaphorical raccoon because he's from Yuri's poem. But in Yuri's poem, there's not really a raccoon. Like, that's supposed to be Yuri. Yuri's the raccoon in that poem. So the raccoon doesn't even really exist. But they made a plushie of some purple raccoon who you can buy separately. And I'm just like, well, okay, why can we buy the raccoon separately, but I can't buy any of the actual main girls as a separate thing? Like, doesn't make any sense. What kind of priority is that? Like, ugh. Lena says, it's rough, though, because not only it takes time and money, but also you gotta learn sewing, drawing, designing. If you want to make figures, well, now you gotta learn how to mold play and paint it, so I can see why people would rather just throw 30 bucks on an Amori plush. Jesus Christ, $30 for a plushie. Yeah, it is $30 for a play. Yeah, their plushies are the same price as their statues, so that is something. But yeah, no, I can understand, definitely. I was just saying, it's just funny, because yeah, it has come to a point where I've been seeing some people have been ultimately been like, fine, I'll do it myself. But yeah, it is definitely funny. Lena says maybe the Yuri Raccoon plushie is limited. It's every YouTooz thing is apparently limited, I heard. I could be wrong, but I think every YouTooz thing is limited. And I mean, which is weird though, because I'm pretty sure you can still get the old DDLC stuff on their website, despite the fact some of them saying limited edition. But yeah, they're still there. You can still get them. So I don't really know how limited they are, but weird. And with 5 bits, DJ Zero, did you throw your Natsuki Nendroid down the stairs again? I did not. She's actually right next to me. I keep my Nendroids next to me.
He's lying.
I'm not. She is. She's right next to me. I like, honestly, I sat there and wanted to put my Nendroids up, but then, like, I also just, like, I'm like, but I want them on my desk. So now I have, like, the Monica Nendroid, the Natsuki Nendroid, and the Pop-Up Parade Monica on my desk. I think I sent a picture of it a long time ago on Twitter. But yeah, the Monicas are still doing the same pose, and they're still standing next to each other because I find it really cute. Like,
I haven't unpacked any of my decorations since I moved here.
I forgot. You forgot. You unpacked your stuff. You unpacked your Monica Nendroid.
I haven't. She's still in a little bag over here.
Don't you?
All my stuff is like in a
you had
bag.
yours sitting at the desk, didn't you?
No. I just had mine doing like a little sassy pose.
I have mine, yeah, because I had mine replicate the Pop-Up Parade figure pose, which is just the title screen pose. Oh wait, now we're talking about the Pop-Up Parade, I can talk about my my nerd fascination. Guys, fun fact. Guys, so isn't it quite strange that the Sayori Pop-Up Parade is using Sayori's pose from DDLC Plus, despite the fact that the Monica Pop-Up Parade is using her pose from base DDLC? This is definitely interesting information, I swear. This is actually something I legitimately, I think, mentioned at one point, and it is definitely, it's like, I sat there and actually thought about that, and I'm like, oh, I probably have problems. The weirdest part is Yuri, I think, is also using, they confirmed Yuri's Pop-Up Parade, but they used a picture, but they're using her DDLC Plus picture, so I'm assuming we're probably going to get hers in her DDLC Plus pose, which makes sense because the original Yuri art has an error in it, so... I'm assuming they don't want to model Yuri's two left legs. No Natsuki Pop-Up Parade, says Kazuo. No, she's probably getting one. They just haven't announced it yet. I remember in the beginning, I thought only Monica was getting a Pop-Up Parade, but Sayori ended up, then they announced the Sayori one. I was like, oh, I guess they're all getting Pop-Up Parades. Lena says, I have to already go. Have fun, everyone. Enjoy your day and evening. Goodbye, Lena. Good night.
Goodbye.
Dragon King says this is not even talking how these are 8 plushies since the girls wear 2 different onesies. Right. I didn't bring up the Maid Cafe DDLC YouTooz line. There's also a second line alongside the DDLC plushies, which is like this bunny cafe. Not a big fan of it. Like, I don't really know what's, like, I guess I get the point, but like, I also don't get the point at the same time, like, because they didn't fully dedicate to the bunny thing. I don't know. It's weird. I also think it's weird that we're getting plushies still without actual regular girl plushies. Like, they haven't actually made just the regular DDLC girls as plushies yet. Both of these plushie lines are them in these special outfits, so that is kind of weird. Who knows, though? Maybe they'll release the normal ones and they won't put them in a blind box. I hope. I swear. I hope. But I mean, I don't know. We do still have those. Actually, no, we don't still have the old DDLC plushies. I guess those are rare now, huh? Because those aren't on Team Salvato's website, I don't think, anymore. The old DDLC plushies we used to have. I don't know if anybody remembers those. Like with the big old pudgy faces. I remember people didn't really like them all too much. I thought they were fine. I bought the Monica one. Yeah, I can't even find them anymore. Yeah, you can't get the old DDLC. Oh, no, here, they're on eBay. You can find some of the old ones on eBay. I remember I got the Monica one. Yeah, but I don't think they're around anymore. I'm pretty sure these plushies are gone now. The old ones. Yeah, how much on eBay? The Monica one's going for $80. So yeah, pretty sure they're rare. There's also the Sanshi Monica plush, which I also got. That one was actually kind of cute. She had like little button eyes and a delete button that could stick to her hand with a magnet, which I only learned till like later. It's kind of sick. But yeah, DDLC merch is a little wild, a little crazy. DJ says Sarah would be the type of girl who wears an Easter bunny costume. Yeah, probably. If you tell her about a bunny cafe, she'd probably show up in a full rabbit outfit. If we're talking merch, we need to acknowledge the Monica pillow. I actually think the Doki pillows are also gone, actually. Can you even get those anymore? Hold up. Now I gotta go to the website. I don't think you can even get the pillows anymore. Because I'm saying, like, all the original like DDLC merch stuff, I'm pretty sure is gone. Static Force says, what the fuck are the Doki pillows? Oh yeah, you guys are new fans. You didn't know. Some of you are new fans. Oh, yeah, like I said, back in the day, our first few pieces of merch for this franchise, we had like plushes. There was all merch. I mean, there was like pillows. Like, yeah, it was. Yeah, again, you can probably find these on eBay for sure. You can find these on eBay. It's just the prices are probably gonna be very high because at this point, these things are very rare. We are talking about DDLC merch though. I feel very rude to not discuss the oceans and space stuff. That stuff is really cute. I really like that stuff. I got the Monica sticker sheet from there. I've not used any of the stickers yet because I'm trying to really find the thing I want to put those stickers on because stickers are very cute. The style of that entire like collab is extremely cute. Monica got me the keychain for the Monica keychain for my birthday.
Yeah.
Like that one's kind of cute. It's double-sided too. On one side she's just smiling, and on the other side she's doing a little. Yeah. On the other side she's doing a little blep.
Oh my god, that's so cute! I didn't know that.
Yeah, she sticks her tongue out at you. The Natsuki one's double-sided too. On one side she's like, oh, and then on the other side she smiles. On one side Sayori smiles, the other side she like winks. Yuri just has one where she's smiling, the other side she's like, oh. Yeah, no, the oceans and space stuff is very cute. Nice. Like the coloring, there's a coloring book which I'm convinced I kind of just want. It's like I just kind of want the, I just kind of want the coloring book just because I really like the art in the coloring book. I wasn't even gonna color it. That's what I was like. I just wanted the coloring book just to look at the illustrations, just to have the illustrations. I don't know, the illustrations are really cute. There's like one of them like driving a car, and like Sayori's driving it, and like Yuri is fearing for her life. It's same with Monica. But Monica's like telling her to slow down. It's like it's adorable. Maybe about 200 bits though, DJ. He says, but Zero, the watches you buy to help them with your stream time to start. The watches are actually gone, I think. They said I think that's a past collab. The watches are gone now. I don't know if anyone actually bought those watches. They look nice, but I think they were like really expensive. But I mean, I guess I didn't expect anything less. They are watches. Watches are extremely expensive. And they did look fancy, though. There were some fancy-ass watches. Sally, Cartoon Fan says, honestly, I forgot how much merch DDLC has gotten over the years. Yeah, we went from having, like, little to no merch to tons of fucking merch for this franchise. It's really nice to see, though. I'm definitely, I like it. There's also the Yeti. Or the Yeti. I don't know how you say it. Is it the Yeti? I guess it's the Yeti, because it looks like there's a Yeti as the thing. They sell DDLC merch stuff. Their shirts are cute. I got the little, I think I got like the diorama that they had. I also got the club member mug that they sold. I thought that was cute. I like the mug. Oh, Mario 649 says I actually bought the Yuri watch. Oh, there you go. People did buy the watch. Dragon King says DDLC having more merch just screams Fortnite collab. I still stand by. You're not getting a DDLC. DDLC's not getting a Fortnite collab unless an actual other indie game gets in. Right now, it seems like Fortnite is just too focused on getting like bigger stuff. Like, I don't think we're getting any other indie game things. Like, I'd be very surprised if DDLC got anything in Fortnite. Now, I'm still hoping for DDLC to get like the freaking like DLC and like another like a cameo in like another like indie game or something. Bro, I'm trying to see Monica show up in Rivals of Ether. All I'm saying is Dan Fernance makes Rivals of Ether, Dan Salvato makes DDLC. It's a perfect crossover right there. You know, Dan and Dan. That is, get them to both. They can both work together. It's perfect. You get Dan and you get Dan. All right, but I think we've exhausted the DDLC merch discussion, perhaps. Ultimately, I think I ultimately wanted to talk about the YouTooz, but honestly, going down the rabbit hole of DDLC merch was interesting and a nice little time. Because, you know, it's gotten a lot over the years. It's also used to have the For the Fans page. I don't know what happened to that. That used to be cool. They like let artists like sell their shirts and stuff. That's gone now, though. I don't know what happened to that. But that's gone. But it's tis whatever. A Headlocker says, what do you think about those new posters from Takuya? Wait, Takuya War made new posters? Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, wait. I forgot. Wait, did the posters came back on Serenity Forge's website. Right. I forgot about that. So something I forgot. Yeah, something they did live. Yeah, I was about to say, because they used to be on the old Team Salvato website. Oh my god, yeah, the Nightmare pictures also oh my god. Serenity Forge kept them alive. Oh my lord. Yeah, the fucking Nightmare series posters with like the little red thread. Then the date series. Oh man. I'm so glad those are still around. I'm so glad those are somehow still around. Yeah, because those are old. Oh man. I remember the fucking Nightmare pictures. Classics. Oh yeah, and the Yukio wall scrolls. I think these are also kind of old if I recall correctly. Because I feel like I remember seeing these before. I'm glad they're back. That is nice. I am glad that they are back. They have returned. It says, wait, Serenity Forge tweets out the brand new wall scrolls. I thought these were old, though. I could have sworn I've seen these wall scrolls before. Unless, like, he made them before and, like, showed the art of it or something. Like, I feel like I remember seeing them before. But anyway, Takuya's cool, though. I love Takuya's art style. I remember I was really happy to be able to commission them for some promo art for Vigilante. Like when they had commissions open once. And I was like really happy that I actually got a commission slot. That shit was great. Very happy. Very happy. I like how as soon as I was like, oh, maybe it was enough to talk about DDLC merch, and then we like, immediately went back. I'm sorry. Unknown Player Kun says, ever heard of a Friday Night Funkin' mod DDTO sings for you? I have not. I am very out of touch when it comes to Friday Night Funkin' mods. See what I did there? Out of touch. Oh, but I don't really keep up with a lot of Friday Night Funkin' stuff. Yeah, the only Friday Night Funkin' things I really know about is if they show up on my Twitter timeline, and I'll be like, oh, okay. You know, like I am very much not in the interdwellings of it. Half the time, I have to ask my friends who are in the Friday Night Funkin' community what certain things are and what they mean. Like, I don't... Because, like, half the time, I don't even know what the hell is being said or being shown that people are talking about. It's like, yeah, I'm like an old man when it comes to Friday Night Funkin'. I'm like, huh? What's that? That's the only thing I think I've been able to somewhat gather is that, I'm assuming, once you gather, I'm assuming there's probably some DDLC stuff that happens. I know I played some DDLC mods on the channel that were from Friday Night Funkin', because I think some of those were brought to my attention. The, I think it was, oh, fuck, what was it called? It was like Funkin' something. It was like, I can't think of the name. Oh, I'm gonna feel really bad. No, I have to say it. I have to find it now. I'd feel bad if I didn't say it. It was, oh my lord, no! Maybe Funkin' was in the title. Oh, am I stupid? I was like, Funkin' might not even be in the title. What was it called? Oh, I can't even find the video. Karaoke Club? Was it called that? It was. It was called Funky Karaoke Club. There you go. Yeah, I played that. That was cute. And then I think I played, what was it? Versus Monker, I think it was called. Yeah, I played that one. I played the demo to that one. That one was cute. Yeah, I don't really know much, but I'm assuming the DDTO sings for you, I think is what you said. I'm assuming that one's pretty good. You know, if it's got some sort of connection to, you know, that is some sort of, if it tries to, like, you know, be connected to DDTO. Well, a fan could, at least, I know it probably doesn't have any official connection, because I haven't seen any of the official team talk about it. But yeah, but to answer your actual question, I'm sorry for rambling about a bunch of shit. To answer your actual question, I've not heard about it. Headlocker asks, what are some of your favorite DDLC artists? Oh, that's gonna be hard. Let's say, how do I do this without, like, hurting people's feelings? Because it's like, I'm gonna try to name as many as I can, like, think of, or at least, like, at the top of my head. Honestly, if you want to know any of my favorite DDLC artists, you could probably just check my following or just check whatever I retweet. Those are typically a lot of my favorite ones. But I'll just try to think of some. Obviously, they may have mentioned her earlier, but Yushine, I'd feel remiss to not mention her. You know, she's a good friend of mine, so obviously I feel like I should mention Yushine. Who else? There's Memo-san. I don't know what happened to her, though. She goes on and off every so often. You know, she disappears. I think she's, like, on an alt and she makes art, I think. But it just isn't DDLC related. But been a while, but still love her art. Takuya Roar we mentioned before. I really love his style. Who else? Oh, my God. Over. I don't remember his full Twitter tag. God damn it. All right. Over X6. He's pretty good. Like him. It's getting really hard. Over X6. Really like his art. There's really no particular order for this, by the way. This isn't like my tier list or anything. There's HQuip 2. I really like them. They make really cute Natsuki art. And just regular art in general. I like them. Oh my God. There's Stormblaze. I really like him. He's a cool guy. Talk to him every now and then. Cool dude. There is too many people. There's too many people. There's Metal Suck. Hot Monica guy, you know. He's pretty cool. I like him. He's known as the hot, people I know him as Hot Monica guy. Duster Buster. Technically, you know, I think Duster counts. Friend of mine. He counts, I think. He draws some DDLC. So yeah, friend of mine. I think Duster counts. There's what? Tyler? I think his name is. It's like Tyler, and there's like a bunch of numbers. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. He's really good. I really like him too. The reason why I said he's really good, like, oh, 4 people are like, oh wow, Zero really likes him more than anyone else. No, why I say Tyler and why I say he's really good is because he talks like he isn't. Like, Tyler will talk like he's like this beginner or something when he makes his art, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? You just made like an amazing ass thing. like that is like he's extremely talented, but they're all extremely talented. Like I said, it's just his personality about it is what grabs me, because I'm always like, dude, like what? like, did you see what you just made? But yeah, he's very humble, I suppose, is really just what it is. Honestly, I think they all are really humble though. I think there's Bruno. I think what name is. I don't. Sometimes some of them I don't know their full tags. It was Bruno. I think it was SCP. He's good. Like him. I think there was Augux, I think is one of them, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably you say a name. There's Aurora. I think the artist Aurora. I think that's their name. Yeah. I'm like trying to name people because I'm gonna feel really bad if I miss somebody. Like I'm gonna feel. Ah, there's that person who's been doing those. Shit. Oh, I don't know their name. I really don't know their name, and I feel so bad. But they've been doing those. The Goth Natsuki comic. I don't know their name, but I really liked their little Goth Natsuki comic. That's been really cute to look at. I don't know the name of the artist though. But it's really cute. I don't know what they're called. Flexi? Is that their tag? Is it Flexi? Cause yeah, I really like Flexi. Not Flexi. Wait, no, I think I found them. No, it's Eclipse X Air. Eclipse X Air. I don't know how to say this. Oh god, it's so hard. I like them though. Yeah, Flare is their little thing, but yeah, no, I like them. They're really good. I like that. It's good. It's good. It's good. What about your girlfriend? I'm trying to keep it biased out of here, but obviously, yes. I like Monica's art, too. It's just, I thought that was a given. I thought that was just a given. I'm also trying to use this as like a recommendation if people are trying to look for DDLC art. There's also Brownie. I think their name is Silly Brownie, I think. This is so hard. It's like I want to stop and say, okay, I think I'm done for now, but I'm like, bro, I'm gonna feel really bad if I forgot somebody. Yeah, I love a lot of DDLC artists. It's hard for me to really remember all of them at the top of my head, but I love a lot of them. A lot of them are great. Boy Trooper says, not judging or anything. It's a really good comic, but what's the obsession with Galsuki, and why is there anything for the other subcultures? I think it's less of an obsession with goth Natsuki specifically, and more of an obsession with goth anime girls. Like, goth culture is very popular, I think. Like, characters being goth is extremely popular, like anime, with the anime community. Like, I think it's less of a Natsuki specific thing and just more of a goth thing. People being into goth. Formuse says, I've heard it said that if an artist isn't pleased with their art, it's a good sign in a way, since that means they're still striving to improve. That is true. A lot of times artists do art. I think a lot of times I do find that artists aren't really. They'll be like they're not satisfied. They're always like, nah, I don't know if I like this, and I'm sitting here like, what do you mean you don't like that? I do that to Monica. So. Proxy. Sorry, I had to name another artist. I'd feel remiss. Proxy literally makes like CGs for our mod. Like, I'd feel remiss to not mention Proxy. I'd feel mean to not mention Proxy. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop naming artists because I feel like we'd be here all day. If there's some I didn't mention, I'm sorry. If you're somehow watching this, I'm sorry, but I love all of you. But it's very hard to mention every single DDLC artist. There's a lot of you. There's a whole lot of you. Sorry. Favorite Doki headcanon? It says Mississippi King. I feel like somebody asked me this last time, and I don't know what my answer was. I don't even know what my answer was. Need to get back on my DDLC art grind, says Helpamees. I actually do like yours too, Helpamee. I like yours. You're one of them too. I love your art as well. You're one of them. I'm sorry. Again, it's hard to mention everyone. I do love your art though. Boy Trooper says, I'm gonna go mad here in a moment. Can we talk about the manga misconception? What manga misconception? Are you referring to the sense that people say that people... Are you saying it about the manga not being... About the fact that nobody in the literature club actually says the manga isn't literature? Is that what you're talking about? Because I always thought that was funny. Yeah, there he is. Poor Trooper Natsuki saying, yeah, I thought that was a part of the joke, right? It's like, people, I think the fandom has kind of taken or like misunderstood the joke, maybe, or at least some people may have. Because yeah, that's kind of, I think, the joke of the point of what Natsuki says. Natsuki shouts that manga is literature before anyone even says anything about manga not being literature. This is, I'm assuming, that's why I assume the joke was just she's so defensive that she's ready to defend something that no one even made an argument against. Obviously, this joke does get semi-changed in the side stories where Yuri does legitimately not consider it literature. It's like the side stories do actually change. Or at least changing it. They don't think it's not literature. It's more so they don't think very highly of it. You know, Monica and Yuri in the side stories think of it as to be childish, is typically what it is. And then obviously they learned that it isn't as childish as they thought. So, you know, but yeah, in the side stories, they definitely did change their views on it. But no, in the base game, it is quite literally, I think, if the joke was just Natsuki is so defensive that she's defending against an argument that was not even made yet. But yeah. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that was the joke of it. Because yeah, it's like because I feel like if Monica didn't think manga was literature, then she probably wouldn't let Natsuki keep her manga in the club room. Kind of like how in the side story, she didn't want her to keep it in the club room. Yeah, Nora Ball says you can assume other people probably make fun of her for it or think she would, or she thinks they would. Yeah, she's like being super defensive because she's just used to people making fun of her for liking manga. Static says, speaking of childish, have they seen anime before? There's a good portion of it that ain't childish in the slightest. Well, the thing is, even though anime, I do know that I think in the culture for a lot of the time in Japan and stuff, even if anime does deal with some mature-esque topics, anime that are still considered like shonen are still considered to be like watched by like younger kids. It's just, you know, younger kids in Japan are way more able to are seeing more mature themes than we are for our children's programming. I think that's kind of the problem. I think it's kind of the differences here, because, you know, we're sitting here looking at things like Naruto and Dragon Ball, and we're like, how is this for children? This can't be for children. But it's like in Japan, that's quite literally what it's for. Like, at least younger teens, because that's what shonen is. It's not specifically, I'm pretty sure, for like pre-K. Like, I don't think they're not trying to give it to like the 5 or 6 year olds, I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure shonen does mean like young teen boy. So it is for like 13, 14, 12. Stuff like that, you know. That's probably why. Z-Dog says, random question. Who do you think would have the best luck in a casino or something? Monica, because she'd just hack the game to give herself good gamble odds. She'd mess with the, she'd pull out the command prompt and just mess with the odds. Give herself the easiest odds. There you go. Okay, now without hacking. Alright, without hacking, who would probably have the best luck? I mean, at that point, you're kind of just asking who would have the best luck out of the 4 girls. Which, at that point, for me personally, I think Natsuki having the worst luck, I think, is very fitting for her character because she's the angry one. So she obviously would probably have the worst luck just so she can rage and get mad. It's honestly between Sayori and Yuri for me, just because I feel like it's funny to have either the one who isn't really fully aware and such, not really of what's going on, to be the extremely lucky one is typically, you know, that's the trope that's kind of funny. But I also do think the one that's significantly uninterested, because I feel like Yuri would also be significantly uninterested in gambling. So I feel like it'd be really funny if she was really good at gambling and she just doesn't care to do it. Because that could also bring into, like, the fact maybe Natsuki's like, Yuri, come on! Just, like, play on my machine or something. She's like, Natsuki, I really don't think this is healthy. Like, Natsuki's just trying to goad her into helping her, trying to goad Yuri into helping her, and Yuri just does not care. She does not care enough. Like, I think it's a little, it makes some sense. I think. But it's between those two. I might say Yuri just because I feel like it works better with Natsuki. Though, I could see the Sayori one working well because I could see Sayori being extremely lucky and then that making Natsuki even angrier. If I had to pick one, I'd say... I'd go with Sayori being the lucky one. Just because it feels like something where, like... Just because it feels like something she would have. She would have the... Since she's the blissfully unaware one, she gets the luck. I bet you Monica would kill at blackjack, says Boomer. Loomer. I mean, Monica might be a decent guess. I feel like Monica's one of those gamblers who would be responsible with her gambling. You know, so she goes in with a limit. DJ gives 10 bits and says Yuri be the type of person to see a book in a game and read it all the way. Yuri would definitely read every book in Skyrim. For sure. Masapita says Monica would count cards. I don't think Monica would cheat, though. I don't think Monica would go as far as cheating. Natsuki would start trying to count cards. Natsuki's like the one who I definitely would see start cheating. She's definitely the one where once she starts to lose, she'd start to cheat. You said she'd use the Mississippi King, you said she used the console. Inconsistent much. I feel like Monica would use the console if, like, it depends on the Monica we're dealing with here. We talking, like, pre-redemption Monica or post-redemption Monica? Because, like, a pre-redemption Monica, she'd use the console 100%. A post-redemption Monica, she wouldn't use it in the sense of fairness. But, like, I was like, we're talking, like, Act 1, still aware, not really caring. She would definitely use it. You know? I was like, it depends on the Monica you're giving me here. Yeah, like, you're giving me a pre-Act 3 redemption or a post-Act 3 redemption. That depends on the answer.
Looking cool, Joker.
Alright, real talk. What Fortnite emote would the girls have? Like Sayori hanging herself or something?
I'm sure Fortnite's for children, so I doubt they'd be able to get Sayori hanging herself. I'm pretty sure Fortnite's for kids. Don't think they could get that. This is the thing for the 500 bits, though, Boomer Loomer. I mean, I don't really know what their emotes would be. I mean, I don't know if I can... Yuri's would probably just be, what, sitting down, writing a poem? Or sitting down reading a book, probably, in, like, the same sense of her second CG. Monica's would probably spawn a desk and sit down at it in, like, Act 3 fashion. I don't know, for Sayori's, it'd probably be, like, a transversal emote where you, like, run and then you can trip and fall down. Or it'd be one where you run in place and then you fall down and then she falls in the pose that her Act 2, she falls in the pose of her second CG with like with the juice. She like falls down like that. She's like, ow. You know. Natsuki's would probably be the traditional tsundere fucking like turning her head to the side. No, she doesn't spawn static ass, she just spawns the juice. No, she doesn't spawn the juice. I'm saying she sits down in the pose. Juice won't be there. She probably just like rub her head. Because remember, the juice isn't in the CG in the beginning. The juice shows up later because they call the juice layer in her hand. But yeah, before that, the first time you see the CG, she doesn't even have the juice in her hand. So it'll probably be like falling in the pose of that. You know, one of those things. Thank you for the 5 bits, DJ. I don't know if it can or would work, but I can see them getting in weird adventure situations, like simple thing will get crazier next few minutes. Can and work in what sense? You're asking like an anime or like a like what do you say? Like what's the context of what you're asking here? He said, I don't know if it can work. What's it? Like, what? Like, is this you talking like an anime, a manga? Like, I was like, what do you, I feel like there needs to be more to your, to your message. If you're talking like an anime or something, I feel like I've always had that type of like idea for a DDLC anime. I feel like, I don't know if I've ever shared it, I think officially. I feel like I've talked about it every so often. I've always been like, I've always said like, if there were to be a DDLC type anime, the way you could definitely pull off a DDLC anime is, I feel like, because you can't retell the events of the game. Like, that's already out the window. I feel like any piece of DDLC media can't really retell the events of the game because the whole idea of DDLC was that it was a story that can only be told within a video game. It can only be told within the medium of a video game. So, in my opinion, if you wanted to adapt something like DDLC to like an anime, I think you would have to basically just kind of hope that people are already made aware of these characters, or just make something just kind of fun and silly, was basically my thing. I think they could basically do something similar to a slice of life, where it centers around the 4 girls, and in the anime, you can have it that Monica does have the console. Basically showing that this anime, in this world, Monica has, you know, they're in a video game, but the girls don't know they're in a video game. You know, you can still have the 3 be blissfully unaware, while Monica is aware and has the console. And basically, you could still have, so you could have them get into some sort of hijinks, and you could always have Monica potentially, like, do something with the console that fixes it and stuff, and the girls just kind of don't know how that happens, and they're like, alright, I guess, like, that's weird. You could have MC as a character that all of them kind of try to fight for, because that's kind of the point of the base game. I think all of them trying to fight for his attentions, I think could be funny. Like, there's no clear girl who he wants to be with, and I think all of them kind of wanting to be with him, I think could be funny too. Like, he shows up every so often. It's like, I think you could do that. I think that's how, at least in my opinion, that's how I think a DDLC anime could work. There's that, or you could just do the side stories. It's like, because that was my idea before the side stories get introduced, and now that they are, I'm like, I mean, you could just do that, sure. Like, yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you could just do the side stories, but I don't know. I think the former idea could help it stand out a little bit, like, because, you know, having Monica with the little console powers, or them being kind of in a game, I think can make the slice of life stand out, instead of it just literally being about 4 girls running a literature club. You know? So I'm like, I think the little element of like Monica being able to control the world that they're in without them knowing about that could make it kind of interesting. And like I said, they get into little hijinks, little adventures. You know, maybe Sayori's wants something from the vending machine, and Sayori's snack is stuck. And so the entire episode's about her and Natsuki trying to get Sayori's snack out the vending machine, with a bunch of hijinks ensue. Monica's back. Hello.
I'm here.
I'm talking about my idea for a DDL. My idea was for a DDLC anime. People were talking about that, and I was like, yeah, like hijinks can ensue. Like, they're trying to get the snack out the vending machine, nothing's really working, and then maybe, you know, Monica's getting tired of Sayori and Natsuki's shenanigans, so she just kind of uses the console so she kind of uses the console like somewhere to get the snack, and then makes the snack pop out the vending machine, and they're like, it worked. And they're like I said, they're none the wiser as to how it worked and what happened. Who knows? Maybe there could be a season finale where they figure out that Monica, they are in a game. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I feel like DDLC as an anime could only really be like just fun little shorts, you know, like not like a serious show. I don't think it really work as that way.
Yeah.
Because, in my opinion, I think it could also work as a... it can work as a false advertisement for DDLC still. Because people can look at the show and be like, oh, the show's so cute. What's it based off of? Oh, a visual novel. Let's play. Oh, God! And it's like, aha! Gotcha! I was like, I think it could be used. I think it could be a little tiny. I think it could also be used as a false... false bait. Sayori did what? So Dragon King. Oh yeah, Nora's saying that he thinks that Monika's epiphany should instead be that I'm in an anime instead of I'm in a game. See, I was thinking about that, but then I was like, I feel like with that layer, it's a little harder to kind of do. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like, I think with that layer, it's like, it could definitely work. But it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Because like I said, it's like a lot of what DDLC's thing is about the fact that they're in a video game. So, you know, Monika messing with the files and everything, you know, like, she can't really mess with the girls if she knows she's in an anime, unless she erases them, but but that just becomes cartoony in the sense that she'll pull out a giant eraser, like when she's the Animaniacs. Like, that's why I think I liked the idea that they still technically take place in the video game world, and Monika is just aware that they're in a video game. But I could definitely see the whole Monika being aware they're in an anime. I could see it working. I just think it would have to probably work in a different type of way. A little different sense. Yeah, no. Boomer Loomer asks for 10. He gives 10 bits and asks, all right, this is something I'm actually curious about. Do you think they should continue DDLC or leave it with Plus? All right, so when you say continue DDLC, I'm assuming you mean like another entry, not like continuing the story, because Plus doesn't really continue the story. Plus is just like gives us a different story with the same characters. So if you're asking if I think they should like make another entry in the series, I say sure, and I say we get a party game. I have been a giant advocate for DDLC spin-off games. Because I think they could work, and I think they have a market, damn it. Because to me, DDLC Plus and all of this merch has shown us that these characters are marketable. Like, people clearly care about these characters. So I feel like you can definitely afford to like make some little tiny, like little just kind of fun games with them. You know, like I say a party game because I'm just like, I can imagine Mario Party with DDLC. You got 4 girls, you know, you got 4 girls, 4 players. There you go. You can even have MC as a secret character. You can have MC as an unlockable character, maybe like Mr. Cow or something as an unlockable character. It could be something similar to like 100% orange juice or something too. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's definitely a way you could do like a party game, and to even keep it in the same sense of DDLC, you could make it that it's like a party game with like things can like glitch, you know, or something can like mess up, or there could be like some spooky things that happen in the game. Like, you're just like, oh, what the fuck? You know, like, I think a party game could work. Thixter says DDLC cart. I mean, maybe not DDLC cart, but I'm like, yeah, it's like, because I understand the sense that some people might be like, oh, well, maybe spin-offs might lessen these characters' impacts or their stories, but I don't really feel that to be the case, because I feel like there are plenty of characters who have gone through deep things and deep stuff, and, you know, those characters are still respected, even if they're put in other pieces of other mediums and such. And hell, I feel like saying like, oh, they're not respecting the characters or the original game, when it's like, so much merch we have of these characters at this point. Like, I feel like respecting the original intent is kind of gone now. Like, we got a Natsuki t-shirt. Yeah, I don't know. Formu says, I'm pretty confident Dan Salvato's not interested in making another DDLC game. He's been trying to distance himself for years, and he's clearly wants to move on to his other projects because it doesn't work. I believe he only made Plus to bring attention back to Latina, or that turns out to be. I mean, that's a decent opinion to have. I personally don't think that, in the sense that I don't think Dan himself, like, I don't even think Dan himself has to even be, like, really the one making the DDLC spinoffs, is mainly what I'm thinking, because DDLC is still a Team Salvato property, so they could definitely hand it off to another, like, developer or something, or another publisher, and they can make the game. That was kind of my type of thing with it. Like, I wasn't thinking about Dan himself making the party game, because I don't think Dan knows how to do that. But I mean, not to question the man's abilities, but I'm just like, it's like, I don't even know if Dan even knows how to do that. I was mainly saying they could definitely give it to another thing, like another party or another publisher. Because the main reason why I also think that this might not be too out of the realm of possibility is the fact of, like I said, DDLC's been getting a lot of merch for a game that came out like almost, like what, 7 years ago? That's also like almost like 7 to 8 years ago. Like, this game is getting a lot of merch and stuff that it just feels, it feels very odd to give a bunch of merch to something that, you know, and even then you can say, well, DDLC Plus came out. I think DDLC Plus is also like 2 to 3 years old. So I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we got, like, while Dan is obviously working on other games so that Team Salvato can actually, you know, have more games. You know, so they're not like Riot Games, where they were called Riot Games for the longest time. They only made League of Legends. They're more like Riot Game. We're Riot Games. Oh, what are your games? A League? Like, okay, and League? Okay, then. Like, it's like, I definitely could see it being handed off to something else. Especially considering now that we have Serenity Forge kind of like being that little, you know, publisher thing for DDLC stuff. Like, I can definitely see like some other developer or something wanting to make like a DDLC thing coming to like Dan or Team Salvato and then like discussing it. Stormy says Team Salvato is Dan Salvato though. I can't see him handing it off to someone else. Well, it's not just Dan. Team Salvato is an actual team. There's people there. Like, he's a part of it, but like there is like an actual team of people. It's not that many people, but there is actual people there. Like, it's not just him. Like I said, obviously neither of us can really prove anything. I think there's a chance. Like, I would not be surprised if we did get another DDLC thing that isn't just merchandise for years. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Especially considering with how much, like, crossovers and stuff they keep trying to do and everything, too. Like, with Soon Scoops, making ice cream stuff, and making us go get ice cream. I don't want to go get ice cream. Actually, I did want to go get ice cream. I just wasn't around the place they did it in. That. I wanted DDLC ice cream. I don't remember. Was Soon Scoops? I don't remember where that place actually was. It was in California. Apparently. I don't know how many locations they have. Unless there's only one location. It is only one location. Yeah. It was in California. Man, I wish I was in California so I could have terrible weather in DDLC.
You already have both of those in Florida.
But I have no DDLC. I don't have Soon Scoops. So, California slightly wins. Slightly better. It was in California, yeah. Boomer Loomer says, Zero, you should take over Team Salvato. You and Dan are besties, right? He was in your chat. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, man, me and Dan, we go way back. We text each other all the time. I still can't believe he was in my chat that one time. That was still really weird. That was like a very starstruck moment. I was like, oh no, he's here. That's why I didn't tell chat. I didn't want chat freaking out and then like pinging him.
Damn.
Being like, hello. You know, I was like, no. That's why that's why I apologize. I apologize for not telling you guys until like after the stream. I was like, but yeah, I didn't want to tell you guys, and then you guys would fucking like make him. You guys would scare him.
Oh no, he left. He's scared now.
The funny thing is, Dan revealed it before I could even do it.
Did he?
Yeah, it was when he replied to my tweet saying that he watched a bit of my stream, and I was like, okay, well, there you go. Dan just kind of let it out. I was gonna tell my chat next stream.
There you go.
But I was like, yeah, Dan was at the stream. It was during our lunch break.
Or he DM'd me. Zero DM'd me and was like, Dan's on my viewer list, and I was like, what, are you joking? And he was like, no, he's there, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, like, yeah, it's
Wild.
I told I was just like, okay, let's just act natural, guys.
Pretend like he's not there.
I was like, I couldn't tell you guys.
Imagine him in his underwear.
I don't want to. What?
I was trying to do the SpongeBob thing.
Yeah, I know. This was like, I don't think this works the same way.
No.
Fixer says, just so you know, Chad, Zero has Dan's Twitter reply framed on his wall. I do have it bookmarked, but
That's like the equivalent.
that's a different story. Zero, did you read the post? Did you read that post Gizzy made the other day? The formal goodbye stuff, I mean? I did not. Was it on the subreddit? I don't check the subreddit that often. I don't even check Reddit that often. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not, guys. I'm gonna be real. I'm not a Reddit guy. I am more of a Twitter person. Like, I think I check Reddit itself, like if I need to use the bathroom and I don't feel like checking Twitter. And in terms of the DDLC subreddit, I check it like every few days. Like it's like it takes a few days, and then I'll actually check a subreddit. I don't check that crap daily. I don't got a job to do that. It was on the subreddit. I'll probably read it some other time. I mean, but nice he gave a formal goodbye. I know some people definitely wanted to actually hear from him. I don't know what any of it says, but I'm sure it's a good goodbye. I don't know. I'm sure it's a fine goodbye. But yeah, as I was mentioning, though, I'm more of a Twitter guy, Chad. I don't check Reddit that much. I'm sorry. I know about DDLC Twitter stuff more than I know about DDLC Reddit stuff.
I go on Reddit and TikTok. Those are my go-tos.
Monica, you gotta be our DDLC TikTok.
What?
You have to be the person who tells me about DDLC TikTok.
I don't think I've ever seen anything about. I've seen.
I don't know if I want to look at DDLC TikTok. That sounds like a bad time.
I've seen this. I've seen Sayonara be used as like a creepy audio. That's it.
That's like the
I
most.
have not seen any DDLC content.
It's like the
on
most
TikTok.
exposure I think I've been to at least my videos, at least like the videos I watch on YouTube of like DDLs that like have at least the closest I have to DDLC stuff. 'Cause like I said, I don't watch DDLC stuff specifically on YouTube. So I was like, the closest I have is like I'll watch like a video or something, and then I'm like, oh, they're using DDLC music.
Yeah.
That's the closest connection I have. Yeah, I don't watch DDLC stuff. I don't know what people make. I said that last episode. Saying it again before anybody asks. I'm tired of being asked to play a month with Natsuki. You know how confusing it was when I figured out that wasn't a mod?
Oh yeah.
Watch
it.
I remember I was asked that like, it was like an old one. That was like an older request. It was like 3 years ago or something. And people were like, Zero, you should play a month with Natsuki. And I was like, what the hell's that? And then I was like, this isn't even a playable mod. This is a series someone made. I was like, how do I play this? I was like, do I like just read? Like, do I react to this? Like what do they want from this? And I don't know, I hear people talk about, like, you see the new episode of the month of Natsuki, so, like, that tells me this series is long, so I don't even know if I'd want to do that.
This series is still going? Like, now?
Maybe? I don't know. I was like, I don't follow it, so, but I've heard, like, people talk about it in, like, servers and stuff, so I'm like, is it still going? How long is this? Like, I wouldn't want to react to it anyway. That sounds way too long.
Bro, they have kids at this point.
Like, I was like, how's this a month, bro? This is a decade with Natsuki.
Yeah, this is a decade of Natsuki.
I'm about to spend a decade with Natsuki in 3 years. Headlocker has said, I think it's over. Oh, okay. The series is over? Okay. Well,
Okay.
geez. That means now we can finally play it.
No.
Finally. Finally play it. Is this something people talk about for some reason? It's one of the big things in the community. It's like how, like, I think it's interesting because every community has like that, you know, those things, you know, that, you know, those things that will always be talked about, I think, as a community goes on. Like, you know, these things will always be discussed. They will always be talked about, either arguments about certain things or just things about little funny stuff everyone always bring up, you know, like little things like how, you know, DDLC has a few of those, how everyone always bring up the desks error, how in the writing for, I think for in Natsuki's route, they mention how the desks are attached to the table, the chairs are attached to the desks, despite the fact that you can look at the background and the chairs are clearly not attached to those desks. They talk about how there isn't a chair in the closet for her to use when you can see in the background there's literally a chair in the closet. There's stuff like that. You know, there's There's certain things people always discuss. Yeah, why Monica is evil discussion number 4949. Yeah, why Monica is evil. Here's why. Again, there's that. There's fucking. What else? What are some constants? Why I hate MC. There's the Monica. I think Monica and MC share a very good trait. They're a really big thing in common in the community. And that is, they both have a common discussion of why Monica is evil and then why Monica isn't evil. Just like how MC has why I hate MC and why I love MC. You know, like they're clashing with each other. There's so many discussions. We need a new discussion. We need a discussion of like why Sayori did.
Did what? You laughed before you could finish.
Because I was like, this might be really valid. I was saying that.
Say it now.
I was gonna say why. I was gonna say, oh, I should do a new one. Why Sayori deserved it.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh no. Oh, it's okay. Dylanomi's got my back. Why Sayori dying is the funniest shit I've heard of. We need a new one. We need a new one. Why Sayori is the antagonist of the whole game. I think I heard someone say that to me once, and I was like, what? They were like, Sayori's secretly the antagonist. She set it all up. So, and I think it was like, why it's all Sayori's fault. And I was like, oh my god. Why Sayori's the true villain of DDLC, says Edlocker. Yeah, Sayori's the true problem. I mean, all I'm saying is none of this would happen if she killed herself. She didn't kill herself. Like, again, this is crazy. Why Yuri and Natsuki are gay for each other. That is also a discussion that happens quite a lot. But I mean, I mostly attribute that to just anime discussion on anything. I say anime discussion. Fandom discussion on anything. People love to make characters gay or love each other. It's just kind of... This is the internet. It's what they do. We come to accept it at this point, I suppose. Nora Ball says Sayori didn't kill herself. She tripped. It was an accident. Sayori was murdered. Zero make up a DDLC conspiracy, says Headlocker. Yeah, Sayori was murdered. It was by Yuri. Why does she have all those knives? It's just like there's no regular reason for that. She's a murderer. I was like, you know, this is how it is. I'm trying to think of some other, like, you know, it's like I always like those little constant things in communities though. Like I said, they'll always be brought up and always be like, you know, why is this? There's either a same discussion you'll have for years, like about like the Sonic community talking about how they feel about certain Sonic games, changes, give it like 2 years, they'll change how they feel about a game somehow. Or how Sonic's characterization is still some sort of thing people don't really understand. You know, it's just a thing. Boo 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 boo. Same-sex pairings are kind of a staple of fan fiction. It makes it a little weird that they're so uncommon in DDLC mods, says Stormuse. I think the main reason why they could be so uncommon in DDLC mods is, quite frankly, there's a lot of things I think people think are really common in DDLC mods that I end up feeling like really aren't. Like, it's really weird. I feel like some people are like, I feel like there's just like a I feel like there's like a giant misconception at times. Because like, I think I mentioned this before to Monica. I was like, I keep hearing people say shit like, oh, there's too many dating simulators. And I'm like, I can only name like 5. Like, because like most of these... Like 2. It was like most of these mods that people say, like, they're like, oh, there's too many dating sims in the community. I'm like, most of these have some sort of like gimmick or thing attached to it. I'm like, I don't know if I can really call that a dating simulator. Like, can you really call Salvation a dating simulator when half of it is about Monica, like, trying to kill Sayori? like, I don't remember this in my dating simulators. Like, there's always some sort of gimmick attached to it that, to me, makes me feel like it's not really a dating sim. Like, there are some that do fit the bill, like Blue Skies and normal visual novel, because that's the point. Or even, like, ones that are parodies of pre-existing actual dating sim things. Like, I think that's what Snafu is. But, like, in terms of people saying there's too many, it's like, I can't name that many. A majority of these things, like, yeah, there's a focus on love, I guess, but again, look at what you're modding. like, are you surprised there's romance in a thing, in a series that's based off romance? Like, are you really that surprised? Like, I, for one, am shocked that romance would play a big part in a big part in fan content based off of a series that has romance as a big part of it. Like, it feels, I don't know, I feel like it's a giant misconception with that. But yeah, I really don't know why there isn't a lot of same-sex ones. I don't know, I don't really have an answer for you. It's just like, I guess maybe it's just people don't really, I know there's a lot of fan fiction of it, I'm pretty sure. There's a lot of fan fiction. If I had to guess, honestly, I think if the only thing I can really think of is is just because actual fan fiction is easier to produce than DDLC mods are. So there's not that many people making mods. So I think that's really just what it is. Because if we attribute the fact that there's probably more people writing fan fiction for this series than there are people making mods, since for fan fiction, all you need is a account on Wattpad or Archive, I think is what the other website's called. And you can
Archive our own.
Yeah, and you could just go to town. Meanwhile, DDLC mods require you to learn how to code or get a coder. You know, learn how to say, like, or get a coder.
Or if you want to do the absolute bare minimum, you can use the dialogue generator thing.
Yeah, you can do that. It's like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like, you gotta learn how to mod. You gotta learn how to sit here and friggin' do all that stuff. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like it's way easier to just do that. As I think, really, like I said, I think it just comes with the fact that there's not that many people really doing mods compared to people who make fan fiction. So I think it's more of it just so happens that there isn't many people who do same-sex ones. A lot of people's things aren't same-sex stories. Could also just be attributed to the fact that DDLC itself is a story about a guy trying to date a bunch of girls, so I feel like people never really thought to pair them together because they're like, well, I mean, they like the guy. So and then it's like you could use the side stories, but sometimes I'm surprised by how many people who haven't even actually played the side stories in the community a lot of the time. So, if anything,
really?
I think some people's first introduction to the side stories, I think, might have been when DDLC Plus was free on Epic, like a few weeks ago. This might be a lot of people's first times even reading those side stories. Zero looks like you gotta pick up what they're lacking. Says Thickster. Here is my take on this. I'm not against writing same-sex things, obviously. I'm not against it. I think I actually toyed with the idea of even trying to write that for like a custom mod or something. I just mainly... I mean, it's one of those things. It's like the same way how I toyed with writing like a, you know, like I think at one point I said I was like, I might write like an MCX Natsuki video or something like that. Actually, that's kind of what Poems Are Hard was kind of supposed to be. It was supposed to actually sort of be a little tiny MCX Natsuki, a little bit of a video, which is why like at the end it has her helping him and they sit in the same chair together. But I was like, I don't have anything against doing that. It's more so the fact that I'm not sure how much justice I can bring to it, considering the fact that I don't really ship it. That's the word. I feel like you'd be able to get better. I feel like people would be able to do better for people who actually do actively, you know, push for that sort of relationship, where it's like, I don't really ship it, really. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm not really one of the giant advocates for it, you know. I'm not really like the, yeah, you know, I'm not really that guy. Like, I could definitely give it a shot at some point in the future, but I'm probably not gonna make it into like any official mod or anything. Like, I think even in Vigilante, when people asked me stuff about Natsuki, or people asked me about like if Natsuki and Yuri are together in Vigilante, I ultimately lead it up to interpretation. It's like, I don't know, do you think they are? So like, I'm never gonna confirm nor deny. It's just like it's up to you.
Yeah.
They're like, if you want them to be, then maybe. But yeah, like that's just kind of it. But yeah, it's like I don't really push any of the girls together. I'm sorry. I don't really do any of that.
I said ow. That was not related.
Oh, I thought you said something. You were trying to talk. It's like I don't really push any of the girls together. I'm just a man. I think it's one of those things where, I mean, to be fair, I don't even know really many times where I don't really ship a lot of things in like anime and stuff though, to be honest. Like I don't really sit there and say like, oh yeah, I ship that. You know, like when I watch shows or anything, I don't really do that too often. I do it sometimes, but like I'm not really one to do that often anyway. So I mean, that's just kind of me. Tormu says, sometimes keeping it as innuendo is the best place to keep it. I still insist that Sari says no to suicide. You're announcing you're simply just noisily making cupcakes in the other room. Yeah, that's typically what I try to keep it with too. Yeah, it's like I just kind of keep it open-ended. I'm like, if you think they are, then maybe. But I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and confirm it for you, nor deny it for you. Like, the only ones I'll confirm and deny is, like, if the character is quite literally, clearly in a relationship with another character. But yeah, like I said, who knows? Maybe at some point, you might get me making a fucking... you might see me make a fucking Natsuri mod on the channel, and you'll have to be like, what is this? And I'll try my best. I don't know how well I can do it. I'll try my best. Is that gonna be episode 3? Is that gonna be episode 3 of this Doki discussion thing? Are we gonna discuss ships? It's gonna kill things. I already discussed ships before. I don't want to do it again. I already did it before. I don't want to do it again. Is that what episode 3 is gonna be of this? Because we're about to get close to discussing ships is a dangerous game, says Darby. It is. In any part of the internet with any series, discussing ships is apparently fucking ships. You better be ready to die on this ship shit. Like, people take fucking ships seriously. Like, fucking, it is crazy. I heard fucking like Final Fantasy shippers take that shit really seriously. Like the Cloud X Tifa versus the Cloud X Aerith people, they apparently take that shit like really seriously, dude. Like, they're like doxing people.
What?
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
What's wrong with people?
I don't know, dude. It is insane to me.
That's kind of wild.
People take ships to a ridiculous degree. Like, it is insane. I'm just sitting here like, oh god. Like, I don't know. maybe if we're ready, if we really want to poke the bear, maybe next time we'll talk some DDLC ships. Oh god, at least my opinions on them. I've already given my opinions on them before, but maybe now we can have a nice little open discussion about that. Could be interesting. Anyway, that is it for this episode of Doki Doki Discussion. See, it has an official title now. Look at that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I was gonna say, if you want to download this mod, this isn't a mod, this is me. You can't download me. But if you want to download this video, go to your local YouTube downloading website.
Whoa, you can't say that, you can't say that.
I mean, use YouTube Premium and download it with your YouTube Premium. Download this video. That's a YouTube Premium, yeah.
Of course.
This has been Zero. Peace.